So now we've created an iStar goal model for our shopping problem with some first ideas on how we can solve it. This helps us to better understand and communicate our problem and potential solution. But how can we make sure that this model and our solution are sufficiently creative? When drawing a model like this, we tend to draw what we know and what we're familiar with, and now we want to try and force ourselves to populate the model with new outside-the-box ideas. So we'll start with some divergent exploratory creativity techniques to help us come up with these ideas. And first, we're going to try simple brainstorming. So in order to use brainstorming in the tool, we click on the brainstorm box or icon over here in the creativity panel, and it opens up this pop-up. So all creativity activities open these sort of internal pop-ups within Creative Leaf. So brainstorm is one of the simplest creativity activities, and here we're just asking you to come up with some ideas and to write down some initial ideas. Remember that in creativity, there's no bad ideas. You just want to try and get everything out as much as you can. So in this case, of course, I'm working by myself. This tool can help to support individual creativity, but you can also use this tool in small groups, in which case, in brainstorming, you bounce the ideas off of each other. So for example, for the shopping problem here, I have some ideas. I have the idea to link the helper with Amazon wishlist, so I'm writing that down here, Amazon wishlist. I also think maybe the user should be able to choose the medium for reminders. And so what I mean for that is it could be text or email or whatever else they really prefer. Thinking about it a little bit more, I think it would also be interesting to maybe parse the Facebook feeds of your friends, in order to get gift ideas. I think that would be kind of interesting. So I can keep going and add more ideas, or I can finish. So if I run out of ideas and want to keep going, I can add ideas to the model canvas and continue. In this case, I want to add ideas to the model canvas and exit. So here now I've added 3 new ideas. So the 3 ideas I typed in the box are now here on the canvas as idea elements. And now we have another pop-up popping up here, an unobtrusive prompt telling us what to do with these ideas. So the suggestion here is to take these ideas and move them to a place that's near related iStar elements, or to cluster them, and then also to add iStar links if possible. So here we're parsing to get gift ideas, so this is definitely going to help pick gifts. So I'm going to make an AND link here. Choose the medium for reminders, text, and email. This is also part of this get reminders for gifts, I'd say. So for now I'll add AND. So link the help with Amazon, whatever that was. So link with Amazon wish lists. So I'm going to, that's also going to help pick gifts. So you can link with AND, or it could be maybe a make link perhaps. So these are 3 ideas developed through the brainstorming activity. So we're going to continue on with the creative process of coming up with ideas using these other divergent creativity activities. So we're going to move on and use Cruise Creative Search. And so Cruise takes as input an iStar element. So I'm going to start with Get Help Shopping, and I'm going to select that and then select the Cruise box. So here we're loading some search results. And unlike something like Google Image Search, those types of search engines find the things that are the most related to your query. Here, the Cruise Search finds things which are somewhat related to the query, but possibly maybe tangentially related. So some of these images and text may end up being useful, while others are a little bit more farther afield. Okay, and so here now Cruise is giving us back a bunch of results. So here we have a mixture of images, links to external documents, and some text. And so we can move our mouse around to see, to explore some of these images to see if they give us any ideas. Okay, so here we have some tips for saving money, so that's kind of interesting. So maybe related to that, the shopper helper or whatever we design can give indications of available sales or lower prices, something like that. So there's one idea. So some of these links can open in another browser or another tab in the browser. So if we open here without closing Creative Leaf. So here we have a store, shopping help. Let's see, overseas. So here we talk about shipping. So that's kind of maybe interesting. So maybe we want the app to sort of give hints or estimates for shipping if we need to ship our gifts. What else do we have here? Selling with eBay. We could do that, I guess. Could be some sort of link to eBay. Here we're surveying something in a mall. Shopping campaign. Something like TaskRabbit. Okay, that's interesting. So what we're thinking of designing is not exactly like TaskRabbit, but there are some similarities. Let's see. Help for the elderly. So that's a good idea. So whatever we design should be inclusive. So make an inclusive design that's friendly for all user types. And we can continue on and get more ideas. We can open some of the images. Some of them are going to be videos like this one, which is filmed in a shopping center. Okay, that's interesting. But I guess that gives me an idea that we want to be aware of events. So if someone's filming a music video in the shopping center, we probably don't want to go there today, unless you like the music. So be aware of related events. Maybe the app could help with that. Okay, so I'm going to add these ideas to Model Canvas and exit. So just like before, we have 4 new ideas. Now I could actually go on and do a cruise search with another element. I could, for example, try for attract users and get more ideas, but I'm going to move on. And so what we do with these ideas is the same thing that we've done as before. We cluster and link them. So when we talk about an inclusive design, I think that kind of goes over here in the shopper, but I'm not going to, well actually, I think if we make an inclusive design, this is going to have a positive effect on attract users. So I'm going to add not an and link, but I'm going to add a helps link here. Be aware of related events. I guess that's going to be helpful for shopping, but I'm not totally sure how, so I'm just going to leave that here. Give hints or estimates for shipping gifts. That's kind of interesting, but I'm not sure what it connects to, so I'll just put it here. Give indications of available sales or lower prices. So that's pretty good, and that's obviously going to help stay on budget. So I'm going to add a help link here. There's helps. So now we're going to continue on with the creativity process and try the next creativity activity. So here we're going to use pairwise comparison. And pairwise comparison works in 2 ways. Either you can just click it and it'll grab 2 elements or actors on the screen to show you, or you can start with an element that you're particularly interested in. So for example, I'm going to click on Remember Gifts, open pairwise, and it comes up with a pair for Remember Gifts, somewhat random pair. So here we have Get Reminder for Gifts, and here we have Remember Gifts. So these ones are obviously really related, as I think I'm going to try and find a new pair that's a little bit less related. So I'm going to click Find New Pair, and I get a completely new pair of elements. And if you're curious what the elements are, you can kind of move the window and see what's highlighted here. So we have a shopper and payment. So does the combination of these 2 things produce any sort of element? So this payment here, if you look in the context over here, it's payment to whatever shopper helper app we have. So probably you want to choose a variety of ways to pay. And I'm going to try and find a new pair now, see if I get some more ideas. So create shopper helper and sell ads. Those are also pretty related. So you can also find a new pair for one side or the other. So I want to find a new pair for sell ads. So here it's showing us one of our ideas. So give hints or estimates for shopping gifts and shipping gifts, and sell ads. Well, obviously then we can sell ads for shipping. That would be a related ad, so you can see in the corner maybe how much your gift would be to ship as a means of an ad. Let's find a whole new pair. So now we're showing sales or lower prices and get help with budget. Well, that's obviously going to help. So I'm going to find a new pair. Get help with budgets. Give hints or estimates for shipping gifts. Let's see, and that's going to be helpful too, I guess, because if you have estimates for how much it'll cost to ship, that will help you with budget. But I can't think of a new idea immediately. Get weekly reminders or charge users. Well, this could be a bonus feature, some sort of like bonus per pay. So you could have a general form of the service, and then you can have a paid feature form where you can get things like weekly reminders. Okay, I'm going to try one more new pair. Sell ads and be aware of related events. Well, obviously you could have ads for related events. Like, for example, a store opening, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to add ideas to model canvas and exit. So as before, I'm going to cluster and relate the elements to what's already there. No, this was already there. Bonus for pay features, so this is a way to charge users. Sell ads for shipping, this is another part of selling ads over here. And choose a variety of ways to pay. That is related to this one over here. So the next activity we're going to try are creativity triggers. So we can just click on the triggers if we want to see them. So triggers are connections, convenience, green, information and choices, participation, service, and trust. And each one of these has a new slide with some explanatory text and some examples. So these in and of themselves may give us some ideas. So for example, how can we make things more convenient? So the shopping app or helper could support shopping online, not just in person. We could see some others, so service, trust. Of course, we need to have privacy policies so that if it takes any of your personal information, it doesn't share it with other people. So I'm going to add these ideas to model canvas and exit. And the other way that we can use creativity triggers is for a specific element. So let's try and let's pick one like, let's see, maybe fun to use and creativity triggers. And now we are looking at these various triggers in relation to fun to use. So if there's a way to make the helper more fun, having to do with connections, so maybe we can sort of share some info on social media, but of course we have to be a bit careful because we don't want to say, oh, I just bought this gift for someone and then that person reads it. So share some info, share info on social media with some privacy considerations, I guess. How else can we make this more fun? So in terms of connections, you could have rewards for using the app or helper, whatever it is, sort of gamification. What else can we try? Let's try information and choices. How can we make this more fun? You can see statistics about your buying. I'm not sure if that's fun, but it could be fun. Let's see, participation. You could, of course, contribute ideas about the app to some sort of, or about the helper to some sort of forum. So there's some ideas related to the triggers and somewhat, some of them are related at least to fun. So I'm going to add these ideas to model canvas and exit. And as before, we can cluster and link these ideas. So contribute ideas about the helper to some forum. Okay, yeah, so that's going to help fun a little bit. Or at least it's going to help your sense of engagement, which may or may not be the same as fun, depending on how you want to model it. So I'm going to give this a help link. Statistics about your buying. Well, this can actually help stay on budget. I'm not sure if it helps fun as much. It depends on how much you're into statistics. Rewards, gamification, that's going to help fun. And in sharing some information on social media can also help fun. So in this way, if you have a particular element or an area of the model where you think you need some more ideas, some more attention, you can select that element and then put that into